You can't beat getting together with your mates, hitting town and hanging out.
It's the best.
Love it. Do it all day.
The good life.
They are a big deal. No, there's no way I could be able to afford them.
Problem is, it all takes cash, doesn't it?
You said it.
Never have enough.
Can't stretch it any further.
Well, there's always the lotto.
To get money, you gotta get a job. And to get a job, you gotta get an interview.
Never did it.
Huh?
Haven't tried that.
We'd better start now.
There's always a sense of panic when you realize you're in the real world and you have to start applying for jobs. But job searching is more straightforward than you think, especially if you plan it out in advance. I've interviewed a lot of people over the years, and I can tell you that the best first impression is made not at the interview, but with a good CV and a cover letter.
Should we write down what subjects we're doing?
So where are you going to start? Well, the suss is this. Keep it simple, short, sharp, and easy to read. Don't dress it up because it won't impress. Okay, you've got your name and address, obviously, your age, your education, and your exam results. Put in any work experience you have. Then list your hobbies and interests. Finish it off with a couple of referees, people who back you up and say that you're as brilliant as you claim to be.
But I'd like to jazz it up a bit. It'll look too plain.
You know, put a bit of personality into it.
I've got some cool paper. I can put some designs along the top.
I know someone who's great at computer graphics.
Come on, anything fancy just gets in the way, makes it difficult to read. But do get it typed by a friend, one of the family, or pay for it. It's worth it. Remember, right now, you want to say who you are and what you've done, what you're interested in. You can show off your personality later.
The first job you apply for may not be that exciting, but just remember you've got to start somewhere. Look out for positions that might give you a foot in the door, a way into the area you really want to work in. When you do find a job you're interested in, and you seem to match the profile they're looking for, send them a CV, but send it with a cover letter. It may be short, but it's your chance to get across one or two key reasons as to why you think you should get the job. For me, the cover letter brings someone's CV to life. It's a hint of your personality and a unique opportunity to sell yourself.
Before you tell them how brilliant you are, make sure you know who you're dealing with. If you don't know anyone who already works there, ring the company and get an annual report. Or go and look up the info in the Golden Pages or your local library. Show some initiative. So, you've sent off your applications, or maybe you're still looking. What next?
Worry?
Sit back and wait for the offers. Keep looking.
Practice really does make perfect. Don't be embarrassed to use a friend, a teacher, or a local business person. The idea is to get used to being interviewed, to make it less of an ordeal. It also gives you a chance to think out your answers before you're called to the real thing.
Hello. How are you?
How you doing?
Anne, is it?
How are you?
We were just looking at your CV.
Yes.
It's beautifully laid out.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very well done.
Thank you. I did it myself on my computer at home.
Oh, very,
Really?
very
Yep.
impressive.
Very good.
Yes.
So, guys, how did I do?
Well, the thing is, it didn't seem like you. Smile a bit.
Don't exaggerate. You're not that good at art.
Practice will pay off. Remember, an interview is not meant to be torture. Get used to the idea of having a relaxed conversation with someone where you are the star. If you get called for an interview, it's because someone has been impressed by your CV and cover letter. Now they want to be impressed by you.
When the letter arrives in the post, you should be delighted they want to see you, not petrified they're going to grill you. This is your chance to shine. But you may only get one go at each job, so make it good.
Do you not think that's a bit casual?
No, sure, my interview is for a junior in an ad agency.
Oh, well, then, yeah, I suppose it'd be
Grand,
grand.
isn't it?
It's all right.
I've got a bank interview. Can't you tell?
This is all I have. Is it okay?
It's important to feel relaxed and at ease with yourself. In an interview, I want to get to know you, not your wardrobe. It's your personality I'm interested in. Are you bright and interested, or are you just going through the motions? And also, give yourself plenty of time for traveling. You're not going to look or be relaxed if you've just spent the last hour rushing to get there.
Do you know your route?
Under control.
All systems go.
Be confident. Remember, they asked to meet you.
I won't let them down.
Good morning. All for you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Keep your spirits up. Someone will recognize how good you are.
It's an interview, not an interrogation. I don't try to catch people out when they walk into the room. I want to offer them the job. If I end up knowing more about you, what you've done, and what you'd like to do, then you've done your best, and you're in with a good chance.
Good afternoon, Stockyard. Certainly, may I say who's calling?
Nervous? Don't be. Imagine your interview is in the bath. It makes them less intimidating.
Thanks.
I will already know one thing about you before you even walk into the room. You'll be nervous. I'm being interviewed for this program, and I'm nervous. It's natural. Don't freeze when you walk in. Let the ice break.
Mike, did you have any problem getting here?
No, I checked the route before I left.
So, Ruth, you play tennis. Do you enter any competitions?
Only once, but I never got very far.
Nice CV. Well typed. Did you do it yourself?
Yes. Myself and my brother share a computer at home.
Remember, all the interviewers have seen until now is your CV. They want to put a face to the facts and see what sort of personality you have. You know that you're more than some typed pages of information. Now is your chance to make sure that they know it too.
So many questions. What if I forget an answer?
The questions are about you. You're the only one who knows the answer.
Why is she asking me about my exam results? They're in my CV.
She wants details to find out what you think you're good at.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? I don't know where I'll be in 5 hours.
You have ambitions, don't you? Tell them.
I didn't understand that last question.
Just say that. If you don't, you might make a fool of yourself.
Everything on your CV, and a bit more besides, may be a subject for discussion. Your results, your experience, your hobbies, even whatever the big news story of the day is. I wouldn't know if you were really right for the job until I got to know the real you. In general, there are two types of questions, open and closed. An open question is not looking for specific information, it's one that gives you a chance to air your opinions or talk in general about something. A closed question, on the other hand, needs a straight, definite answer. There's no room for rambling on.
In your summer job, what exactly were your responsibilities?
Okay, that's a closed question. Just stick to the subject and give him the details. And think before you speak.
Well, I was in charge of filing the daily account records, and I had to keep an up-to-date log of new customers.
Perfect.
Now, and I wonder if you could tell me why you're interested in this job.
Well, I've always been really interested in art and design. I think they were my strongest subjects in school. I do know it's a matter of taking it very slowly up the ladder. I became really interested in your company and its reputation when I did some research for a project in school. I thought it was a good thing to do the project because it gave me an insight into what it would be like to work in an advertising agency. I thought it was a really useful thing to find out because, as I say, I've always been really, really interested in art and design.
Hey, ease up, ease up.
As the interview goes on, you'll get more confident and relaxed, but don't get too confident. Think before you rush into an answer. They'll wait for you to gather your thoughts. Stick to the subject and don't ramble on until they stop you. Waffling is a deadly sin. It shows up lack of preparation. I certainly don't want to waste my time listening to it, and you shouldn't waste any of the short amount of time you've got to impress me. On the other hand, don't give the impression that you've rehearsed the answers 1,000 times, even if you have. If you're confused or have any questions, ask. You're expected to.
Phew, I'm glad that's over. It wasn't too bad there.
Oh no, I think I blew that one. I was really nervous.
Hey, it was your first time. You handled it well.
There was so much I forgot to tell them.
I think she already had her mind made up.
Well, that was your chance to change her mind.
No one is ever totally happy after an interview. There will always be something you fluffed or forgot, but everyone else who did the interview probably feels the same way, so don't worry about it. If there was some glaring fault or something you forgot to mention, put it down to experience and try to make sure it doesn't happen the next time.
Okay, so what now, gang?
Fingers crossed.
Wait and see.
Keep looking, just in case. Celebrate.
If you weren't great, keep practicing. You can only get better. That's only one interview. There are probably lots more ahead. It only gets easier with experience.
If you don't get the job, it's not failure. It's just that someone was better qualified or made a better impression this time around. If life were perfect, we'd all only ever do one interview. But this is the real world.
Second interview tomorrow. Yes, I am practicing.
They said no, but I got called for another one this morning.
I'm still waiting, but I've sent off 3 more CVs.
She's certain bits of. I meant to get a new pair today.
Money.
Hello.
Hi, Anne.
Hi, Anne. How are you?
How are you?
Get on.
Great, I'm starting tomorrow.
Great.
Popular on me, like.
If you get the job first time out, that's brilliant. But it's also pretty rare. But if you end up not being the right person for the job, that's all right. The interview experience alone was worth every bit of the effort you put in. Use the experience to improve on your CV, on your cover letters, and on your interview techniques. Either way, in the real world, you're going to do a lot of interviews. Every one of them will be a challenge. But now you know that the challenge is actually trying to tell people simply and clearly how wonderful you are.